Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer and Chaos Isle Deluxe Survivors Kit Edition. The Solitaire rule says that we need to remove the Broad Modder from the character deck. From the virus deck, we also need to remove the homicidal characters. And there are some rules for some of the other cards. We'll deal with them if they come up. So first we will randomly determine who will be in this adventure. So we shuffle the character deck and we are going to play Officer Spanks. So Officer Spanks is frightened even by the slightest noise. He actually crapped his pants when a flock of stalkers burst into the station and wiped out all his buddies. He used to get everybody's coffee and work their desk. Now he's working to stay alive, so he's not the bravest of characters, but he's quite quick. He has a speed of 10, 8 life, 7 protection, which is the number, well, you can say it's his defense, if you like, for the zombie attack, and he has a fate of 9, which is good. That's a high fate number. When you're required to test your fate, you want to roll lower than your number. So he has an attack, he can use his club, and he has a recon also. He can draw 1 card more than allowed on his draw. And it's interesting because in the multiplayer variant you need to draw 3 cards from the enemy deck and you need to fight all of them. But this guy actually gets to draw 4 cards and he gets to put 1 back. For Solitaire, that's also probably going to be useful. He can draw 1 more than required, so I will put Officer Spanks here. Of course he will have a mission, and the mission is what we will fulfill in order to win this game. So I'm just taking the mission deck. Let's see, this is his mission. We are going to gather some lab specimens, and we need 4 pair of zombies. So there's a scientist, a psychopathic scientist. He wants to turn the zombies into vegetarians. So we need to collect specimens. 4 pair of zombies. Okay, Officer Spanks, he doesn't come unprepared for this mission. He has 2 equipment cards. He has a 45 auto. Oh, that was very fitting. And that weapon allows 3 attacks per turn, but only against 1 target. The other equipment that he have is a fireman's axe, which gives him +1 to attack. The rest of the equipments we'll put aside, we will use them during the game. The feat cards are not used during solitaire play, so we put them back in the box. But the virus are, so we'll just play 1 hand, so we'll only have 1 virus card. And we will have zombie swarms. So we need to roll 1 die to find out if it's a mild or an acute. So remember, on a 1 to 3 it's mild, and it is mild indeed. 1. So to remember that, I'll put a blue glass bead on top of the mild side here, and it says draw 4 cards per turn rather than 3. Okay, so we need to fight or have a risk of fighting 4 zombies instead of 3. So I put the zombie swarms up here. So then I have shuffled the enemy deck, and I'm going to put the enemy deck this side, I think. It's easier for me to draw. So the Solitaire rules also tells us that we need to create a dummy player. And the way we do it is that we will take a character, Beth, we'll give her a secret mission, and also we'll give her 2 equipments. I keep them out of view, as the rule says, so we just keep her here in case we'll need a dummy player. There's some cards that specify that you can shift missions and probably interact with the characters or with the equipment as well. So if that comes up, we now have a dummy player that is ready. We also need to draw from the deck here until we get 10 zombie cards. 1, oh, that's a nasty one. 9, 10. And we need to shuffle these 10 cards and pick 2. Keep them face down and put them over with the dummy player. The rest of the cards are shuffled back into the enemy deck. Okay, then you should be ready to go. So on your turn you are going to draw 3 cards from either the deck, the enemy deck, or the discard pile. But you need to call that before you make the draw. Officer Spank's special ability says that he can actually draw 1 more card. And the Zombie Swarm's virus card tells us that we need to draw 4 cards rather than 3. So we will draw 4 cards each round. And Officer Spanks may draw 5 cards. Okay, so we need to draw 4 cards, and I'm going to draw them openly because this secret thing here doesn't really make sense when you're just one player. So 1, 2, and I don't have any options but to draw from the deck the first turn. 3, 4, and I'm going to use his ability to draw 1 extra card. Now I have drawn something very terrible here. I have drawn 3 regular zombies, 1 event that I need to execute, but I also drew Rex Jarvis. There's only 1 Rex Jarvis in the stock, or in the deck, and he is, well, he was actually an unemployed mechanic looking for a job, but now he is a zombie. And he uses equipment cards to fight. So, and he is a terrible thing. So now I can have a look at Sparks' ability. Choose the cards you want for your draw and discard the extra card. So I do not want Rex Jarvis for sure, so I'm discarding him. And I'm keeping these 4 cards. Now if I drew an event card, I need to resolve it, and I did. This event is medical assistance. Each player removes 2 hits from his character, which is a good event if you're injured. I'm not. So the event card goes in the discard pile. Then I need to look at these zombies here. I need to fight them now. But if I'm faster than any of the zombies, I can run away. Well, Officer Spanks has a speed of 10, meaning he's pretty fast. He can probably outrun most of the zombies we'll meet. And indeed, he can outrun the Exterminator. He cannot outrun the Stalker, but he can outrun the Slithering Carcass. Okay, so he can choose. So when I fight, I need to roll against the zombie's protection, and I need to beat that number or equal to that number. So you can say that the protection here is the minimal number when I roll 2 dice that I need to get in order to defeat it, or actually in order to inflict 1 wound. Now all of these zombies have just 1 life, so I am thinking about my mission. Should I try all of them? I don't want to do that, so I will outrun the Exterminator. And I will try to take on the Stalker and the Slithering Carcass. Yeah, so now we look at the speed rating to determine the order of battle. I have 10, the Stalker has 10, Slithering Carcass has only 6. That means that 10 goes before 6. Since we're even, the character or the player gets the advantage, so I'll go first. Okay, so I can either use my club, well that's a normal attack, or I can use my 45 auto, which gives me 3 attacks per turn, but only against 1 target. So that's pretty powerful. I can attack the character 3 times and try to beat the protection number 3 times. Or I can use the Fireman's Axe. Now the use here specify how long you can use the equipment. The 45 auto, end of deck, and that is the equipment deck. So when the equipment deck is empty and somebody needs to draw, we need to take all the equipment that has this end of deck usage, and they are many, and they will be collected from all the players. They will all lose their equipment. They go back into a new equipment deck. But Officer Spanks, he doesn't worry about that now. He will fight, he will fight the Stalker. because the Stalker, as you can see, has, when he does Stalker attacks, he will have 3 attacks. 1 bite and 2 claws. So that is 3 separate dice rolls against my protection number, which is only 7. It's not so difficult to beat. While the Slithering Carcass only has 1 attack, but after he attacks and is successful, I will need to do a fate roll to see if I get paralysis of that sting. So I'm trying to take out the Stalker. I'm attacking the Stalker, and I'm going to use my 45 auto. First time, that's 7. I need 9, so that's not good enough. Second time, oh, that's 6. It's not good enough. Third time, come on. Come on. That's 9. And that is good enough. Barely. So I was able on my third attack to kill the Stalker, because the Stalker has a protection value of 9. It goes into my hand. My hand limit is 10, includes zombies and equipment. Then the Slithering Carcass, he will attack me. He's next, and he will need to try to beat my protection value, which is 7, but he only gets 1 attack. And of course he not only beat it, he almost beat it twice. Okay, so that is 1 hit for Officer Spanks, and he needs to test his paralysis to see if he will lose 1 battle turn. And the fate number is 9 for Spanks, so he needs to roll an 8 or lower. So let's see. Come on, Spanks, you can do it. So he's good, he didn't get paralysis. Now he takes his pistol and shoots the Slithering Carcass. And that is 9, his protection is only 8, so he's a gunner. Great. Next round. Now I can specify where I want to draw my cards from. I can either draw them from the deck here, and I get to peek on the top 3 cards, so you can see Rex Jarvis. I'm not going to draw 3, then I have to fight Rex Jarvis. This event does not count, neither does tasks or mutators, so only zombies count, but it will count towards my draw limit. So if I say I will draw 2 cards from the discard pile, and then I will draw 2 from the deck, then one of this card is going to be an event that I used already, so it will automatically go back, and thereby saving me some danger. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that I will draw 2 from the discard pile and 2 from the deck. So that is because I need to draw 4 cards still. 3 and 4. Oh my. And then I will draw my 5th card, because my special ability, and it's a Flesh Reaper. And this event goes back because it's used already. So I determine the order in which I want to put cards back, so I can actually put it last if I want to have another freebie next turn, but I'm not, I'm just putting it there. Then I'm going to, let's see what this mutator card does. Well, it will give the zombies 1 life. I don't want that. If I do a task, then I need to add 2 to the dice roll when I attempt the task, which is not good because you want to have a low number when you try to attempt a task. But I'm using my ability to discard this. So basically what I did was that Spank says, I'm not using this mutator, it goes in the trash. This is used already, so I only have 3. Now I have to decide, do I want to fight the zombies or take the task? Let's take the task. When I take the task, the zombies goes away automatically. Don't have to fight them. This particular task is, well, we need to unlock a bloody safe from the finger chomping donut store. Okay. And the requirements is fate, so I'll need to test my fate skill. I need to roll lower than my fate number. If not, I will lose 1 turn. Well, in the Solitaire game it doesn't make any sense, so instead that would be take 1 hit. Okay, if I fail this, I'm not failing, am I? Let's give it a shot. Remember Spanks, his fate is 9. So, less than 9, 6, all good. The test succeeded. This goes in the discard pile, and the reward is one equipment card. M16. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm getting pretty well equipped. Okay, excellent.